Hey there, Aries. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. This is for Aries Sun, Aries Moon, and Aries Rising. At this channel, we work with the energy of the moon to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. Today, we are talking about April 8th through the 14th of 2019. And so I was kind of like looking at some things before I turned on the camera, and Jupiter goes retrograde on Wednesday and is retrograde at 24 degrees Sagittarius until it gets to, on August 11th, 14 degrees of Sagittarius. And what does that mean? Well, this is a really good period of time to really kind of take a look at your spiritual growth and reevaluate romantic situations. And this energy can literally help to bring in commitments and soulmates for the next, what is that? April, May, June, July, August, 4 months, 5 months. So, kind of exciting. Anyway, so before I turned on the camera and I was trying to get into your energy, you felt busy, but it's a good busy. And so that's cool. It's your birthday, so happy birthday. Very excited to have you here. Yeah, it just feels busy. It feels busy. Sun's shining on you. You should be busy. Ooh. So, Spirit's ready to go. Let's rock and roll. But what we have here is the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is that moving away from a dangerous situation, something that was not working. Look, everybody's safe. Everybody is safe. They're being led away from the danger. That's so weird. When I see this card, I always think they're being led away from the danger, ushered to safety. The shore's ahead. They're moving away from the dangerous crack in the ice. But just now what I thought was, does he know that the ice is cracking behind him? I never think that. So when I see that card. So pay attention. Look around. Are you seeing everything you need to see? Because that looks a little, what's the word I want? That looks a little risky. Like there's something maybe behind the scenes that you're not quite seeing. So just pay attention to that. Okay, so we walk into the week with Moon and Taurus, and that's in your second house of self-worth, self-esteem. What do you value? Money, finances. And we have the Moon in the position of acceptance. So, acceptance of a situation, acceptance of help, asking for help. Spirit can't bring you help unless you ask, unless there's an emergency. So make sure that you're always, if you're in need of help, that you're asking for it, that you're asking to be led away from the dangers, that you're asking to get to the safer, higher ground. Well, these are beautiful cards, though. So, keep things simple. It's a violet. It's very pretty. And you have the daffodil, which is such a spring color. And it kind of reminds me of Aries. It's got that happy yellow smiley face of the daffodils, right? And it says trust in your power. And so this is so totally you. So just trust in your ability to make things happen, to be energetic, to start new things, to get where you need to go, to find the resources that you need. Your energy and your enthusiasm for life is always beautiful. The camera is acting weird, so I hope this is recording. Aries, I always have trouble with your videos. I don't know what the heck that is about. Alright, so on Monday, the moon at 5:15 p.m. moves into Gemini, where Mars is now, right? Mars got there on the 31st, and so that's your ruling planet. So I think Wednesday should feel pretty good, and it is in your third house of communication, and Gemini is all about communication, and Mars is all about communication, not communication, but action. So you might find that there's a lot of, that Monday's a very busy day. Like everybody wants to talk to you, you got things you need to take care of. So we have here, wow, look at this. So this is what came out at first, but the other two were also calling, but you have the eagle. And it says, see things from a higher perspective. And Monday, with all this communication and Mars into Gemini, and now the moon is there in Gemini, and we have growth. We have growth, and we have self-love. Self-love is very important. And so moving to safety, moving away from situations that are not good for you, that's a real demonstration to yourself that you care about yourself, right? And when when you know that you care about yourself and you start doing things to take care of yourself and you see things from this higher perspective, your life starts moving forward in a much more positive way. It looks like solid ground ahead, right? And so we have see things from a higher perspective, and I notice in this picture we have, and they're probably hawks. No, they're geese. Geese are a very community bird. In the spring they pair off, but they spend but after the babies are born, they work together as a community to nurture and train their babies before they do their migration, and they always fly together so that no one goose is always in the lead and doesn't get exhausted. And so there's very much of a group activity there. And this Six of Swords is very much group activity of nurturing and growing a project. So if there's something going on in your life that, step back and take a higher perspective from it and say, okay, who can I ask to help me? Where can I find the help? But look at this. This one also has an eagle in it. So that's 2 out of 3 cards with an eagle, and this one says trust in the unknown. Trust in the unknown. So you're moving away from the danger. You are being protected, but look at this. Enjoy success and happiness. The sun card, and the sun is shining on you. It is your birthday month. So that is so excellent. If you could take a moment right now to help me out and hit that thumbs up button, I'd really appreciate it. I do thank you so much for your likes, your shares, your comments, your subscribes. You're helping me grow my channel, and I appreciate that. So on Wednesday, that is when Jupiter goes retrograde. And that's also when the moon moves into Cancer, which is its home sign. And that is your 4th house of nurturing, of home, of mother. And look at this. The moon is in the position of nourishment. That is such a mother card, right? Getting what you need. Having it showered on you. This lovely energy. And in the middle of all this, we have the path. It's like you should be able to start to see your way clear of where you're going next. Kind of like that guy ushering everybody away from the edge of the bad ice, right? And assessing the situation, which is that higher perspective. Like you can start to see where you're going with this project or this event or whatever is going on, because with the sun in your 1st house, this month is about you setting down your seeds of what it is you want to accomplish over the next 12 months. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? How do you want to make things work? And so this is really great. All right. So let's get a little guidance on that from the mermaids, because why? They're water. Cancer's a water sign. And I like it to make sense to me when I'm doing these. Ooh. Blessed change. A major life change brings you great blessings. So yes, what are you trying to create? What are you trying to create? And it's a major change that brings blessings, and definitely moving away from the thin ice to more solid footing would definitely be a blessed change. And you have stay optimistic. Your dreams are coming true. Don't quit right before the miracle happens. Keep going. Keep going. Oh, that's nice. That's really, really nice. And then on Saturday at 3:50 a.m., The moon is going to move into Leo. Take charge, Leo, right? Stand up for yourself, Leo. Like, I know who I am and I'm secure, Leo. And that's in your 5th house of fun and romance and creativity and children, which is definitely a creative project. So what? This is about discerning, though. For you, the moon is in the position, well, for everybody, but the moon is in the position of discerning. So discerning what direction you're going with this creative project, or discerning what direction do you want to go with this romance. But remember now, Jupiter is doing this whole thing with romance going on, so that may affect it. But this might be about a different ongoing project, but there's fear involved. I really want you to take a look at this card. The fears are represented by the crows. And you see her inner child is like protected, but hiding in the womb. And the light's shining, but she's afraid to look because she has all these fears. And she's hanging on to them with the strings. And honest to God, she's got one bird cage. And in my opinion, what this says to me is 1, maybe 2 of these fears are valid, and the rest of them should be let go. And so this discernment process over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, is about which ones are valid concerns and what do you need to just release and let go of because it's not helping you. Look how scared and sad she is. And if you look, there is a valid concern. And maybe you don't really know it's there, right? Because it's behind him. So be paying attention to find out where the valid concern is. Take this time over the weekend coming up to discern in your life where your valid concerns are. What do you need to move yourself in a much more productive, safe manner? But really, there's only one crack in that ice. And she only has one bird cage. So the majority of your fears should be released. Just figure out which one. I say that like it's easy. But apparently with a little research, because this card is education, with a little research you can figure it out. The number on this card is 35. Ooh, you can't see it in this glare. There, do you see the egret? That's an egret is like a stork. And storks bring messages. And so information will come to you. You might need to do a little research. So there's that. Ooh, that could be the trust in the unknown part. The information's coming in. Trust in your power. Keep things simple. But that 8, 3 plus 5 is 8. That is infinite. And so I feel like it's your intuition. I think that's where the information is going to come in, is through your intuition, doing some research, and then like the light bulb goes on, and you're like, oh, because it's infinity. 8 is infinity, and I feel like it's your infinite wisdom. And we all have it. We all have infinite wisdom. We just don't all access it. And sometimes we access it a little more than we do other times. So try to access over the weekend what your infinite wisdom is. Do some research. Figure out which fears are actually grounded in something that's valid, and what can you just let go of, so you can simplify. Right? It says keep things simple. Keep things simple. So there are so many fears involved here. But if you were down to one and you had it in the cage, and where you could figure out how to control it, how to use it, how to protect yourself from it, that would be keeping your life a lot more simple. Simplifying and releasing all the extra, did you see that jump out? Stuff. So you have Pearl. Connect to the divine. Connect to the divine. So ask for guidance this week on what's valid, what's not. Don't forget to stay optimistic. You're heading for the shore. You're moving away from the danger. You may or may not see it, though. That's so weird. I just never noticed that before with that. But you have a blessed change coming, right? And so keep things simple. Trust in yourself. Success and happiness. Success and happiness. The sun is shining on you. It is your month. Trust in the divine. And head to solid ground. All right. I will see you back here. Ooh, we have the full moon in Libra coming up in 2 weeks. And of course, I do the weeklies, so I look forward to seeing you. If you haven't already hit the thumbs up, please do so. And I will talk to you soon. You take care. Bye, Aries.